Hi everybody. We're the Code Gushers, and for our project, we made Duckies Crush, which is a game that is very similar to Candy Crush. You match three ducks to get points, and then with more points comes a feeling of greatness. There are two game modes to our game: a coin mode and a clear mode. So let's go into the coin mode first.
So the first game mode is a coin-based mode where players are given a set amount of starting coins. Every move consumes one coin, and after you run out of coins, the game ends. So as you can see here, duck spawns, and sometimes you can get lucky, and a bunch of them clear on their own. It works just like Candy Crush you are familiar with. You can make threes and it will crush normally or make special ducks depending on the combination.
Striped ducks are formed by connecting 4 ducks in a row, like this. When the striped duck is used, it will clear either a horizontal row or a vertical column. Bomb ducks are formed by connecting 5 ducks in either a T or L shape. When the bomb duck is used, it will clear a radius of 2 ducks. Rainbow ducks are formed by connecting 5 ducks in a row. When the rainbow duck is combined with any other duck, it will eliminate all the ducks of the same color.
Now let's move on to the clearing mode. Clearing mode is very similar to coin mode, except you don't get to have new ducks. Your job is to try to clear as many of the ducks off the screen as possible, using only the ducks that are on the screen. So let's clear a line of ducks. Oh, look, we cleared our line, and now no new ducks have spawned in. There's a gap here. Oh, now you have to clear the entire screen, and as much as possible, before you run out of moves, out of possible moves, and lose, and just aim for a high score.
I'll also mention that all the same power-ups and combos apply from coin mode to clear mode.
Yes. Yeah. That's our game. Now I'll hand it over to Ziying to explain our front end.
Okay, so hi, I'm Ziying. Basically for the front end, the sprites were created using in a 50/50 pixel canvas. And we're directly just retrieving these sprites from our repo. They all have transparent backgrounds as well. I made the patterns in pixel art and then kind of copy and pasted them over every single duck. So they're all uniform patterns. These striped ducks are obviously horizontally and vertically striped, and then the rainbow duck has the combination of all the colors of the different ducks on it because it's obviously a rainbow duck. And the how to play guide is on the homepage for the purposes of just teaching y'all how to play. So the way the ducks files, the duck sprites are retrieved is they're appended. They go back to the path file and then find the color, the respective color that's being used, and then append that to striped or whatever ending suffix we use to name the file. So there's the uniform, the standard naming convention for the ducks is important to making sure the game runs properly.
So now that we're on JavaScript, let's talk a little bit about how we made our game. So we started off using a base layer of code from someone else. I'm Kenny Yip. You can look at his code here. It's a fairly short JavaScript program. We've also left a link to his original repo on our README, but we extended the functionality of the code by a large amount. So the way the game works is you have a board of tiles of ducks, and then every 100 milliseconds, like here, the game will run a few functions to crush the candy and then slide the candies down and then generate new candies. This created a lot of interesting scenarios where we couldn't code based off of what the player sees, and a lot of our special abilities had to be changed to fit into this paradigm of the player only moving pieces and not directly causing special effects to happen. So you can see one of them here where we have our rainbow duck. So one of the things we had to deal with was learning about how the drag system works. So in JavaScript, you have a lot of different functions that happen when you click and drag. So you drag start, drag over, drag enter, drag leave, drag drop. All of these happen very quickly, and you have to prevent certain behaviors from occurring using prevent defaults. But most of the action happens in drag end, right? So what drag end basically does is it checks the coordinates of the point of the tile that you're moving and the tile you're moving to, because whenever you move a tile, just like in Candy Crush, it swaps two positions. So you have to check number one, that it's a valid move, and number two will cause combos to form. So if it isn't a valid move, as in the move is not the piece is not dragged to an adjacent piece, it'll swap it back using is adjacent, and then it checks to see if the move you made will create a combo, a chain of three or more ducks. And after that, after confirming that it's valid, it will go on to determine what kind of combination you've made using the using check special, and then based on how many you've made, how large of a string you've made, it will create either a rainbow duck, which in code we've called color bomb, a striped duck, or do nothing, and also just spawn or just do nothing. And that's how we create our specials. I want to hand it over to Jianhan to explain how the specials work.
Alright, so one of the feature of like the drag function is that it records like which duck you're dragging, and it kind of, so we get the color of the ones that you drag and the one that you put down, and if that duck that you drag is a rainbow duck, it will trigger it, and depending on which color it is, it will clear everything. So there's also special striped ducks, right? And the way that the function works for crushing these striped duck is by first getting the orientation, either it's horizontal or vertical. So if it's horizontal, right, H, then it will look through the column, iterate through the column, and basically clear that board column and make it into blank. And the slide function checks that if it's a blank, it will basically slide down and create new candies. Yeah, so how crush bomb works is basically it gets where the bomb is first, which is the R and C, and then it looks for the boundary of like where it is, because if the bomb is at like a corner, it can't like destroy like outside the border, so you need to find like a boundary for it. And this function basically just checks whether it's at the border, and it runs through, it iterates through that boundary and just kind of clears it, makes it into a blank. Yeah, that's about it.
So thank you guys for watching. If you want to check out our game, you can go to ergo.newjeans.live:4998 and try it for yourself and see how high of a score you can get. Again, thanks for listening, and I hope I'll never see you guys again. Bye.